What's up, mi gente? Welcome back to Blacktinidad. Okay, so y'all know that I consider myself a storyteller, but on today's Cuéntame, we're gonna play Jenga with an iconic storyteller who has graced us with performances in Moonlight, When They See Us, and recently Unstoppable. And he's also one of the first Afro-Latinos to ever win an Emmy. So please help me welcome the one, the only, Jharrel Jerome.
What's up?
What's up?
So good to see you.
Good to see you too.
I'm so happy to be here.
I'm happy to have you here. I'm happy to have you on our new set. This is exciting.
You know, it blew me away as soon as I came in. It's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a special spot. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get to know each other. We're gonna get to know you, and we're gonna play Jenga.
All right.
You can't cheat, and you can't knock it over before the segment's over. Okay?
How you cheating Jenga?
I don't know, man, but I feel like you're up to something over there.
I'm competitive, so let's start there.
Oh man. Okay.
Let's start there.
All right.
You first.
So okay, you let me go 1st. All right. Okay, Jharrel. So let's talk about where you're from, your culture, background. Where were you born?
Where was I born? I was born in New York.
Okay,
Specifically the Presbyterian Hospital in Manhattan.
Okay.
Soy Dominicano.
Yeah.
My mom I'm first generation here.
Okay.
So, you know, everybody before me was born on the island, but my mom came to the States when she was like 5. So she's very New York. She's very New York, but she's also very Dominican. She grew up in the Heights, then she moved to the Bronx. When she moved to the Bronx, that's where I grew up. So, you know, half of me be like, yeah, I'm from the Heights. I grew up in Dykeman, but really, nah, I was there for maybe a year at most, and then went straight to the Bronx.
Funny. Well, I'm from the Heights. I was born in the Heights. My whole family's from the Heights.
What part of the Heights you from?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I was born 168, and I was 172nd. And then my whole family is like anywhere from 168 all the way up to 180. Any Reyes over there.
Yeah.
It's me. You know what I'm saying? So now you're here in LA, and you've had an insane, like, you're not gonna put your thing up here?
Oh,
so you're trying to cheat already?
That's how it works, right.
Okay.
I haven't played Jenga in years.
In a long time?
Yeah, you would think I'm sad.
So you have had an amazing journey, just like with the stories you've been telling, with your acting career. Tell me, like, how did you land there? Like, how do you go from New York to acting and landing such iconic roles? Like, that has to be.
I'm so shaky right now. I'm like,
you're nervous,
nervous as hell. Only because y'all told me not to drop it.
But you keep grabbing the edges. Okay.
I'm making it difficult for sure.
You are making it difficult.
I went to LaGuardia High School.
Okay.
So that changed the whole trajectory of my entire life. I was in the 8th grade, and I go into my mom's bedroom, and I'm like, Ma, I don't want to go to the zone schools. Like, I went to Catholic school.
Oh, okay.
So I went to St. Brendan's, and I was thinking about going to the typical Cardinal Spellman, Mount St. Michael, whatever it would be. And I told my mom, I just didn't want to go with my friends to those schools. And then she looked at me like I was crazy. She was like, you're going to have to because we can't afford anything else. And then she got on the phone with her sister, my titi, and they came up with the idea for me to audition for LaGuardia. Okay. Because they grew up in New York, like I said, and they actually always wanted to go to LaGuardia for like an instrument. You know the instrument story.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Hold on. You don't have me messed up over here. Hold on.
So you went to LaGuardia.
Yeah, so I went to LaGuardia. I'm gonna talk to you for a second.
Yeah, he's nervous. He's nervous. I see. This is challenging. This is why I came up with this segment.
You tricking me. How you gonna ask me questions about my life and try to play me in Jenga? This is messed up. So this wasn't just a high school experience for me. It was high school, but it was also me figuring out that acting was, not to sound corny, but saving me, you know, changing me.
That's very real.
And giving me a purpose, giving me something that I felt like I really belonged in this space. Yeah. Even when I didn't feel like I belonged. I was the only Dominican. There was 1 of 4 black kids in the program when I got accepted. I was 1 of 3 kids in the Bronx that got accepted in general. Yeah. So when I showed up, it was a culture shock in my own city, which is kind of tricky.
Right, which is wild, because because you know, it's funny, even I say that, like, I know the Heights, New York. I know the Bronx, New York. You take me to New York State, you take me even, I just did a film festival, and and when I went, it was in Soho. Well, not Soho. It was in Chelsea. And I got to stay around that area, and I was like, "Yo, I've never had this New York experience."
Hold on. I'm gonna move with
Make your move.
here.
Being Afro-Latino, being more melanated Latino, having the 2 cultures, identifying Black but also Latino, like, you don't see that often in the main screen in Hollywood at all. And so I feel like, and then when you won the Emmy, it was just like, I just remember being like, oh my God, this is so big, this is so cool.
Crazy.
What is it like for you on the other side of it? Like, now I feel like, because now the term Afro-Latino is like a thing, you know what I'm saying? Way more than it was back then. So like, what has it been like for you to kind of like navigate that, or even like take ownership of like, yeah, I'm Dominican too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know me, I'm proud of saying I'm Dominican.
Yeah, I remember when you shout out your mom at that, that was so cool,
you know, added a little Spanish in there too.
Yeah.
It's it's tricky. That's just all I can say. It's tricky, and it doesn't ever make me comfortable to speak on it or talk about it. Not because I'm afraid of the conversation, but more so I'm still confused myself about the conversation. And I've done my history. You know, I've learned about what it means to be Taino. I learned about what it means to be Black and, you know, Hispanic or all of that, and I'm still confused.
Yeah,
so
it's very layered.
It's
very
a lot of
layered.
intersections. It's very layered, but at the end of the day, I am so proud to be Dominican, as proud as I am to be Black. You know, they both go hand in hand in my world, and ever since I never was anything else. Since I was born into this life. And so maybe if I was, you know, grew up on the island, maybe if I grew up in, you know, Santiago, Santo Domingo, maybe it's like, okay, I'm super Dominican. Okay, you know, whatever they, you know what I'm saying? But I'm a proud New Yorker, I'm a proud Black man, I'm a proud Dominican man. And so whatever confusion exists around that, just let it, you know, what else is gonna happen? So for me, I just hope to continue to carry the torch, you know, like Renzi Felice out here doing Penguin, like, come on, let's go. That's cool. Now this another what? You know what I'm saying? So it's cool. And you snuck up on
Seems like you're very intentional with the roles that you choose to allow us to see you and see your art in. You know, what so far has been your most challenging but rewarding role you've played?
It's a great question. I can't pick one.
You can't pick one. Yeah, but there's like pieces and elements of all of them that you love.
Yeah, they're all like babies to me. But if I'm being real, of course, Corey and Anthony. You know, I played real life men in this world. You know, and that becomes a different part of acting. That's not just acting. Making up a character that's on script. That's really, you know, getting to know somebody, getting to meet somebody, and having a job to tell their story as best as you can. So that's turned, these are my brothers now. You know, I have new friends in life just from work, just from like transforming into them. It's weird, but it's fun. And so I'd say those two roles meant a lot to me. You know, Unstoppable, such a beautiful film.
Unstoppable was great. I went to the screening here where you, J-Lo, and the actual like Anthony and his mom were there.
Oh, yeah.
At it was like on Fairfax over there. And it was cool to see you sitting next to him and see y'all's bond and see how you had to kind of transform into him and how you had to learn the art of, ooh, he sweat you. I could almost see the sweat on your forehead. How you had to transform. And it's just been great to see you in these roles. So what would you love to do next? Like, what's something that you're like, man, I really want to do this type of role?
I want to lighten it up.
Okay. It has been heavy. It's been deep. You've been in the abyss.
So sad. I'm like in this dark. I want to get out there a little bit. I want to do some rom-com, maybe comedy. I don't know what that really means for me right now, because no matter what, I'm still selective in terms of I want the quality to be. I mean, not all of us get blessed to be in such top-tier projects. And it's not just because I'm acting my ass off, excuse my language, but it's because of the people around me and the work ethic around me. So I still want that. But yeah, I don't want to cry in my next movie. I don't.
You want to laugh. You want to have a good time.
When you really get to know me, I'm just from the block who just laughing and being goofy and making jokes all the time. And people meet me and they're like, this is weird.
Because you do have a very like stoic presence.
Yeah, I do.
And then you start talking and it's like, oh.
And then I'm barely online, and so I don't. But I'm working on it. I'm gonna work on like just popping out. This starting here. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So I want to touch base too because you're also a musical artist. Like you have your music, and I know that's a part of your journey, and I know that's important to you, and you've been putting a lot of energy into that. Yeah. So how is that going for you? Like what's next? I
just can't put that down. I can't. Like no matter what, I have always approached it in a way of I'm not in a rush or I'm happy. I love where I'm at. You know, I love, I guess, the food that I could put on the table for my family right now, and so I'm okay. Yeah. But I can't put that mic down. Yeah. I can't put the pen down. I came from it. You know, when you're from the Bronx, especially, you fall in love with music before you fall in love with films. You fall in love with hip hop before you.
Way more accessible to you.
Way more accessible. Way more realistic.
Yeah. Means of expression.
Exactly, and way more relatable. You know, at the time, not a lot of films I could understand when I was 4, 5, 6 years old, but I definitely understand the rhythm, and I definitely understand the aggression that and the Tribe Called Quest and Gangstar, and so I love music so much. I love rapping so much. I'm never gonna stop doing it because I love it so much.
Yeah.
But that all being said, because I've been so consistent on the low, people don't know, but I just did a whole album with a major producer. It hasn't come out we haven't rolled it out yet, so I can't say who, but it's a hot producer who put time in on like 8 songs with me.
Wow.
And just while I was doing the press tour for Unstoppable, I was pretty much, every time I landed in LA, I went into the studio with him, locked in, and was writing an entire album kind of about me and a bit more of myself. So. It is hot.
Okay, you say it's hot. He's like, I'm a hot rapper and a hot actor. Okay, I love it. I love the multi-hyphen. I love that we're embracing that.
I think that's important, you know.
It is.
I could do whatever, you know?
We get to express ourselves, especially from, like, we come from some such rich backgrounds. Like, I think it's not realistic. It is you. For us to only express ourselves in one way. So before we leave, this is our Cuéntame segment.
I'm going to mess you up right here. Watch this. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
Tell me un cuento, like a quick cuento of like something that is crazy that's happened to you, or happened for you in the past, maybe a couple years or something.
In my life?
You really out here taking risks.
It's crazy. That was big.
Okay.
That was big. I told you I'm competitive.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. Oh man.
I'm nervous.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. I'll tell you. Actually, I'm glad I got to say this out loud. I got attacked from a road rage incident.
What?
2 years ago, right here somewhere on Fairfax.
Of course, in LA. Yeah.
And here in LA, I got maced in my face with bear mace. A guy like,
no,
I'm not even kidding. You told me to say a crazy story.
It is a crazy story. And I've only told
I'm
like, who drives around with bear mace in their car?
All right, so let me break down the story real fast.
Okay.
But I'm driving, I'm going to the gym. It's a regular day. It's 11 a.m. So it's not even a time for craziness to be going down.
Right.
And my windows are rolled down. I'm just listening to music. A car, he's wilding behind me. He goes.
I can't with my left hand, hold on.
Yeah, this is the part where you might, why you have to make me put the thing in the middle? I'm driving in the car.
Yeah.
He cuts me off. I'm driving a Volvo, so it has like a safety thing. He cut me off so bad that my car checked me and like took me back. So the New Yorker in me, which I found out don't honk too much out here. It's a different world. I held my horn. I honked. So I didn't ask for what I got, but I definitely like that annoying honk. That like, bro, chill out. And I held the horn, and it pissed him off. And all he did was, I'm at a red light now, and there's a car in front of me. He comes right beside me. He puts his window down, and he goes, what'd you say? And I said, you driving crazy. That's all I said. I said, you driving crazy, but the word crazy made crazy go crazy. This man goes, what you call me? He said, what you call me? And he lifted his arm. My heart dropped. I thought, just like, wow, that's it. That was quick. But he just pulls his hand, and it's a huge yellow can. And he just sprays it from his driver's side to my driver's side and sprays my whole car, and my whole car gets doused with all this mace. I found out later that it was bear mace because the cops was like, why are you still in so much pain? If this happened an hour ago. I'm like, I don't know, but I can't feel it. And they're like, honey, you got bear maced, which is like, it's a can, it's like 40 feet away you can get a bear from right here. So you're not supposed to use it on humans, obviously.
Pick my jaw up from the floor, I'm sorry.
That's my wild story. I mean, I'm grateful that the worst of it was that, you know, I got bear maced.
Listen, thank you for sharing your trauma.
That's it.
Okay, it's a safe space. We're holding space for you here.
I can't believe I even said it. I know.
You know what I'm saying? But that's okay. Thank you for sharing.
It's fine. It's about time I start saying some of my personal stuff. I live a life beyond this damn screen.
Yeah, that's good. People get to see you. I'm gonna let you make your last move because you're not gonna escape it. Sorry. But while you do that, you can tell our followers, anybody who doesn't know where to follow you and how to support, tell them where to follow you and how to support your music and your movies and all that.
Okay, I'm Jharrel Jerome. You can follow me at Jharrel Jerome.
And here's his final winning or losing.
Yeah, I'm too focused. I really. Oh, this is bad. Now you got me. Okay, I'm sorry. I know we gotta go too. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Is there?
I got it.
One hand.
I got it.
Oh, he's really gonna go for it. Ay. He said he was competitive.
This is the hard part.
You mad shaky. You mad shaky. Oh, there we go. He did.
Let's call it a tie.
Okay, we can call it a tie. This is good. Listen, Jharrel, it's been so great having you here. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here. This means a lot to us. It means a lot to the community, to the show. So we wish you all the success. We wish you everything that you want. May it come to you in abundance.
That's by far my favorite interview. So
thank you. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. And when we come back, we have more Blacktinidad for you. So stay tuned.